I am done. I am not going to vote Democrat anymore. I did leave the left because I was getting sick and tired of their behavior. But I was considering myself to be in the center. No. Whoever did this just fucked up. And I'm seeing a lot of people who were on the left say that they're no longer going to be on the left anymore. I still have my same beliefs. I still support the communities that I support, and I will still vote for people who align with those beliefs, but it's not going to be a Democrat. I'm done. You guys are disgusting. The shit that you're saying is fucking horrible. You should be extremely ashamed of yourself. You're supposed to be the party of empathy. Where the fuck is the empathy? I'm done. And as always, you guys, to my followers, have a great day. To the people who are saying this horrible, awful shit, have the day you deserve. Bye.
So as you can see on the screen right here, it says, I will never vote Democrat again. There are millions of people on social media coming out and saying out loud that they will not vote for Democrats after this insane reaction to the murder of Charlie Kirk. Now, there's so much that I got to show you here. But first, I want to start off by, again, saying that it's still pretty unbelievable where we're at as a country and what happened. The photo, the images, I truly cannot get it out of my head. And I feel like I'm mourning somebody I never even knew or met. But again, maybe some of you guys can relate to that. I'm not sure. But let's get it started here. Before I show you all the Democrats coming together to walk away, right, because of the nasty things and the wild things that they've said about Charlie Kirk while they celebrate his murder, I want to show you something that's even more incredible to me. The last person, the last guy who debated Charlie Kirk, he spoke about the fact of how ironic that the topic was. Do you guys know that this guy was the last guy to speak to him? And you want to know what he was trying his best to? The point that he wanted to make was that the left wasn't violent. Take a listen to this.
And people have obviously pointed to the irony that the point that I was trying to make is how peaceful the left was right before he got shot. And that only makes sense if we stay peaceful. And as much as I disagree with Charlie Kirk, I'm on the record for how much I disagree with Charlie Kirk. But like, man, dude, he is still a human being. Have we forgotten that? Are we crazy? Like,
so okay, so there you have it. He says the irony behind the fact that he was trying his best to show Charlie Kirk there in his final moments that the left wasn't even violent. It's crazy. But this same guy, he has a big social media following, right? So he goes on record and then he says he's starting to think that he feels like he's one of the last few people on the left that cares about family, that cares about a lot of things. This is the same guy, the last guy to speak to Charlie Kirk. Watch what he says here, Kirk. Watch what he says here now.
It does sometimes feel like I am one of the few, definitely not the only, but certainly maybe a minority of the left that really cares still about life or family or America. I don't know. My name is Hunter. I was in the middle of debating Charlie Kirk in the middle of the assassination at Utah Valley University.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? Count.
I mostly came in there because Charlie's very open about having some sort of dialogue or some sort of conversation that, you know, he believes in engaging. And I'm pretty on the record of how much I disagree with him, but I do definitely respect how much he's willing to platform voices to ensure that, you know, at least some semblance of a good conversation can come out of it. Conversation isn't everything, right? There's a lot more that comes to politics than just conversation. But like, Charlie was certainly onto something there that like conversation does fuel quite a bit of, fuels something that I think we've, I don't know, maybe discarded.
Before we continue, ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you about our sponsor today. And this is something that's flying under the radar. Mainstream media is obsessed with President Trump, spinning every story, doing every culture war, distraction that they can do. We got to talk about something far more important that is happening behind the scenes, involving a company called the Western Star Resources. Gold just hit an all-time high, and silver is back at levels that we have not seen since 2011. And yeah, that's with a strong dollar and rising treasury yields. Normally, that would push gold down, but this time gold is actually breaking out. Why? Because big money sees what's coming: an economic slowdown, Fed rate cuts, global instability. President Trump made his position very clear on Truth Social. Gold will not beat tariffs. I don't trust the system at all, and you probably don't either. That's why it's worth looking at Western Star Resources. They're lean, they're early, and they're out there looking for the next big gold discovery. In the gold bull market, these are the kinds of plays that can really move. And gold keeps climbing like experts say it will. Companies like Western Star could actually benefit in a major way. So you guys got to do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't wait for CNN, MSNBC to tell you that stuff is happening. By the time they do, the opportunity is already gone. So if you're into gold and silver, or just want to learn more about this, check out Western Star Resources, making gold and silver great again. I'll drop in the link down below. Make sure to click. Now let's get back to the topic at hand.
Registered Democrat, all I have to say is the Charlie Kirk shooting just proves that we are the worst, man. My party is the fucking worst. I got people celebrating, hoping that he dies. Are we fucking for real right now? Where's the empathy? Where's the respect, man? It's disgusting. It's disgusting, truly. And the fact of the matter is this: he was a father. And whether or not I agree with his political opinions, all he truly wanted to do at the core was see this country be the best. And I can fucking respect that. And to see people just be blatantly disgusting, man, we're the worst, man. We're horrible.
So breaking fucking news, Charlie Kirk got shot in the fucking neck. That was the last bastion. I can't be a liberal no fucking more. You see the fucking comments? I hope the gun is okay. The same fucking people asking for moral decency. I cannot in good faith align myself with you guys anymore. I once had a headache. You'll be all right. Because you don't agree with him politically?
I'm not gonna lie, y'all gotta be a different type of sick to be celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, bro. That's crazy to me. Like, you don't gotta agree with anything bro say. I made a video about not agreeing with what he said on Juneteenth. That don't mean I think he deserved to lose his life, though. Every page that's posting Charlie Kirk's death.
So I'm very aware that when you look at me, you see the hair and the nose ring, you probably think I'm a huge liberal. I love living in America. I love this country. I am a die-hard centrist. I have a lot of liberal views and I have a lot of conservative views, but most of the time I'm able to see the gray in areas and come to a critically thought out conclusion about the right and wrong. The amount of people I've had to unfriend or unfollow because they're cheering and happy about what happened today is very disheartening. And if you're following me on here and you're upset that I'm not cheering and woohoo, please unfollow me. I'm sorry if you followed me because of the way I looked. We live in a country where I can look the way I want to look and I can have the opinions I want to have and say the things I want to have because of where we live. And this is an attack on freedom of speech, no matter how you look at it, whether you like Charlie, you didn't like Charlie.
I'm so mad right now. I was just sitting down to do my makeup and I get the news about Charlie Kirk. What the actual fuck? Liberals, this is your part. This is your party. This is your party. This is what you do. This is what you do. Jasmine Crockett, AOC. What are you doing? Chuck Schumer. Like, what are you doing about this right now? Yous are the party. Yous are the Democrat Party. Mandami, what are you doing? Are you doing anything about this right now? No, of course you aren't.
I've been sitting in my car for the last hour or so, just trying to process the last couple of days. And forgive me if I don't have the energy. It has been really troubling. I just came here to announce my official divorce from the Democratic Party. And you're talking to a guy who's been voted Democrat since I was 18 years old. Up until recently, I've been changing how I vote, but still carrying the label, you know. I'm the type of guy who doesn't jump ship. I try to be the voice of reason within the ship to try to steer it back to a true north. But this party has lost its way. The Democratic Party, let's be honest, has become demonic and barbaric. And I, as a Christian, can't be a part of that anymore. Look, I'm a proud and beautiful Black man. I love being Black. I love my skin, everything that comes with it. I was a proud Democrat. I remember they used to stand for the right thing. But before I'm beautifully Black, before I am a member of any party, I'm a born-again Christian. I'm a born-again Christian, and the Democratic Party right now doesn't represent my values, my ethics.
I'm a Black man born in America. I know what problems that exist in this country, but I also know there's far more good people than there are bad people in this country, regardless of who you are, what your ethnic background is. White, Black, Hispanic, and beyond. I'm in a studio here in Las Vegas, and I'm looking outside, and I see people looking at me and smiling and saying, "What's up, Steven?" They don't look anything like me. And I don't care, because they're showing me love, and I'm showing love right back to them. At some point in time, we got to recognize, can't just speak about it. Can't just give lip service to when such a vile act takes place. And we're going to give lip service to the tragedy of the moment. And then within 24 hours, we move on with our lives like nothing happened. Something did happen. Don't care what his political beliefs were. I don't care what he felt. I care about the fact that a man was gunned down in front of two of his children who are 5 years of age or less. That he's dead at the age of 31. That his wife is a widow. That his children are fatherless. Because his ideas and his beliefs differed from somebody else, apparently. And then I'm going online and I'm seeing people celebrating it. Shame. Shame on you.
And that's why I really do believe.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A bunch of leftists, a bunch of people who are liberal, a bunch of people who would never, ever think about leaving the Democratic Party, or maybe have many differences with people who are not Democrat. They're ashamed. They can't believe that this was the reaction to this, that a lot of people just got a wake-up call as to where we're at mentally in this country since the election, or even before. We could talk about 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And that leads me to this. I want to make this last point. Something I saw on the Piers Morgan show. Dave Rubin was actually talking about this. He was talking about it because there were leftists like progressive Cenk Uygur. And they were talking about how a lot of the narratives that you have heard from the left about why they don't like Charlie Kirk, why they're celebrating his death, which is just crazy, by the way, very crazy. What are the main things that we have seen? It's the narratives on what he actually said versus what he actually said. So they're saying that he said this, but in reality, when you fact check, and I have done a lot of fact checking in the last 24 hours, watching what he really said about school shootings, watching what he really said about everything that was controversial, including children in school shootings. Like it's a lot. So Dave Rubin confronts here Cenk Uygur about this. He's also confronting every leftist for exactly what Charlie Kirk even said to begin with, because I was one of those people that's very confused about it. Because I was like, you know what, let me go look. Maybe that's something we disagree on, but then you go listen, and man, that's not even what he said. Take a listen.
He has put up about Charlie Kirk. They are on his channel right now, and let's see if Cenk believes that these are true. Charlie Kirk says prominent Black women took white people's spots. Charlie Kirk boasts about his all-white basketball team. Charlie Kirk gives piggish advice to high school girls. Ex-employee exposes Charlie Kirk's grift. Charlie Kirk embarrasses himself. Charlie Kirk's brain melts explaining anti-vax conspiracy. Charlie Kirk rants about women in their 30s. Charlie Kirk has literally no clue how the real world works. Charlie Kirk gets triggered, declines appearance over pronouns. Charlie Kirk doubles down on women-hating backlash. I am telling you, peers, Charlie Kirk was one of the best human beings I ever met. He did not have a bone of racism, misogyny, or anything else in his body. But liars lie, and they gin up otherwise good people. From the little bit we know about this shooter, he had a stable household. He was going to college. He was fine. We'll find out where he got radicalized. But please, please, let's not pretend we don't know where this stuff is coming from. And please, let's not pretend that this thing is going both ways, because it is absolutely not. I also have well, you know what, Cenk? I'll ask you a question directly, actually. Do you think Charlie wanted to be martyred? Do you think Charlie wanted to be martyred? Do you think Charlie wanted to be killed? Yes or no?
Of course not. What kind of asinine question is that?
You don't? Because that's pretty interesting. Because here's a video of you, Cenk, talking when Charlie was at a breakfast.
It allows for easy martyrdom for these guys, and they don't deserve it. But I do also want to point out, as they're in the middle of crying now, although Charlie was smiling ear to ear throughout the entire video, thinking, yes, I'm now the victim, and I'll get to claim that my rights have been infringed.
Did you catch the beginning of that, Cenk? Listen, we'll do it again.
No, I didn't, and that's totally out of. No, we're not going to do it again. Totally out of context. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
No. Listen, brother.
Are you trying to get harm on me?
Second.
Is that what you're trying to do,
clown.
you loser?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
No. I'm trying to
do
expose
conciliation.
exactly
Except
what
this
people
guy.
like you
Look at the
have
last
done.
two things of the last two guests.
Piers.
Jesus,
what they said was, yes, we should have reconciliation, but it is not without any contrition, right? It's not without a mea culpa. Charlie was accosted by Antifa at a breakfast in Philadelphia, and the video that I just played is you with a cartoon of him as Charlie Brown saying that he would love to be martyred so he could be the victim. Well, I guarantee you, his wife, who now doesn't have a husband, and his kids who don't have fathers, did not want him to be martyred.
What you just played isn't what
It's exactly what you said, brother. It's exactly what
it was.
Let's do it again.
No, it isn't.
We just
heard it. We just heard it.
It's not.
All right, so
it's not.
No,
let's do it again.
Cut this crap out.
Come on, we'll do it again.
Piers, can we talk about reality? This is something he's going back to like 10 years.
Well, I think Cenk should be allowed to respond.
What I said there.
And they don't deserve it.
It allows for easy martyrdom for these guys, and they don't deserve it. That was when Antifa was going after him at a breakfast in Philadelphia.
So let's let Cenk.
Wow. Anyways, wow. Wow. I'll suggest you guys go check it out. Shout out to Black Conservative Perspective also for having that video of all the Democrats coming together. Leaving the party and stuff like that. That came from his channel. I want to give him a shout out on that. Also, Piers Morgan, if you guys want to go check this out, Piers Morgan had a huge, this is like some type of debate that they were having. He has this debate on a panel. Go check it out. But man, that was crazy. That was crazy. It's a lot. It's a lot, but that's where Democrats are at. Even somebody like Cenk Uygur, who did have many different conversations with Charlie Kirk. Some of these things are the conversation of where did he get radicalized? Where did he and his turning point? Where was it? And I think we're going to find that out eventually. But man, oh man, are people leaving the Democratic Party?